This automation right here goes ahead and it automatically gets the customer feedback and it then summarizes it and sends an email to you every single morning at a specific time. Now I will show you how to build this automation yourself, but let's go ahead and let me demonstrate how it works first of all. So right here on form submission, that's the form that they will be filling in. So let's go ahead, execute the form, submit all of that. So name, and then it gets the rating that they want to rate you. So 4, and then your feedback. There we go. Go ahead, submit all of that. So now that we've submitted it, it's appending it to the row, so adding it. And as you can see, there we go. So workflow successfully appended. And when we go inside of the Google Sheet document, it adds the date, my name, and then the rating we give it, and your services are slow, do something about it. Within that Google Sheet note where we're storing all of the information, now you can go ahead and at each time at a specific time. So right here, as you can see, so this is a time every day daily. I'll start the automation at 8 a.m. and send us that email, which is a summary of the customer feedback. So execute, let's go ahead, execute, because it goes ahead and it grabs yesterday's customer feedbacks, so you can be updated about it daily. So execute the workflow once again, goes ahead, grabs it, it puts it into one list, and this then goes ahead, summarizes it, and it sends an email to you, which let's go ahead and check it out. And as you can see, here's the customer feedback. So customer feedback summary right there. The feedback is from the key point, the service speed, indicating that there is a perception of slowness in your offering, and it gives you the rating right there. It gives you all of the summary right there, and it gives you some tips on maybe how to improve. That's basically all it goes ahead it does, and it does this every single morning whenever you get a feedback, so you can immediately implement on those changes. Now don't forget I will have this workflow down below in the description in case you want to go ahead and grab it. But I'll also be showing you in this video right now how to build it step by step. So first of all, you want to go ahead and you want to have a Google Sheet document named whatever you want to name it, but you need to have these columns, so timestamp, the name, the rating, and the feedback, so we can actually go ahead and store the information that the customer is giving us. So let's go ahead and let's rename that. So customer feedback summarizer email template. So there we go, we have it right there. So let's go ahead. First step, now it's going to be 2 different automations within one workflow. So the first one where we're gathering the information, so the form obviously, so add the form, name it whatever you want to name it, and then add whatever description you want to put there. Added the name. Now you can go ahead and add form element, and you want to ask what's the name. So what is your name? Make that a required field by clicking add attributes, required field, toggle that on. What is the rating? So rating, and here you want to click drop down and you want to give them the options now. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So if you really want to, you can even add a 0 star if you really want to do that. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to delete that. Then add attributes, required field, toggle that on. So add form once again. And now this is the feedback you want to get from the customer. So feedback, and I'm going to leave that as text input right there. And then go ahead and click add attributes, required field, toggle that on, and respond, leave that right there. Then you want to go ahead, append it in attribution, toggle that off, ignore box, toggle that on, and then the form response right here. You want to go ahead and customize that however you want to, because this is basically the message they will see after they've gone ahead and submitted this form for you. So, and there we go, there's our response. Boom. And now the next step we want to go ahead and do, you want to add a wait note. So wait note right there, make that to 2 seconds, and the reason we're adding that is so in case a lot of people are giving you feedbacks all at once, so your automation does not go ahead and break. So now we're going to type Google Sheet, then append row in sheet, and here's where we're going to be storing the feedback. So pick the document name, so customer feedback, and then the sheet where we're storing all of this. Boom. And then the timestamp. This one you can specifically go ahead, $sign. Now this, the now is basically means the time of now. This right here is what you'll get, but we want to format it so we only get this date in front. So dot to format, add those round thingies, and then single quotations, and then www, and another W right there. And as you can see, that's the date, and then that minus sign right there. So and then another one, and DD. So you can get the date, which is today's date right there. Now the name, you want to gather that from all of this information, so we don't have anything to work with yet. Let's go ahead and execute the workflow. go, name, put in everything too, submit all of that, and here's the response that it sends them. Close that. Then I'll go ahead and it'll save nothing because there's nothing to save. Alright, so oh no, it'll just go ahead and save the date, seeing as that's the only information we added. As you can see, date has been added, but let's remove that. And now here you want to go to the on form submission, drag in their name, drag in their rating, and then drag in their feedback. Alright, now that we've done all of that, we're going to build the other automation here that'll trigger daily at the specific time. So go ahead, search schedule right there. So schedule trigger, and then here we go. We have it right there. So days, and then every day at whatever time you want to do. I'll say 8 a.m. It'll start the automation. So go ahead, 8 a.m. Add another one right there. For this one, you don't need a wait node, seeing as it's going to do it daily, and you won't receive a lot of them all at once. And after you've done that, go ahead, type Google Sheets. You want to get all of the information now, and it's important that you do not add any filters because we want everything. So customer feedback, the name of the document where you're storing everything, the sheet right there, and then basically grab everything, rename that, grab feedback, and that's all you do right there. And right afterwards, here's where we want to filter it out so that we only check yesterday's feedbacks if we got any. So filter, and here, this right here will allow us to now filter it according to the days. But first we need some data to work with. Let's go ahead, execute it right there. So execute it grabs the feedbacks within the document, and here we go. So now, all right, so it seems that we didn't run that form submission yet, so we don't have data to work with. I'm quickly gonna just add it myself at this point. 13, name n8n, rating 4. There we go. So quickly added that. Now let's go ahead and trigger it once again. So boom, now I'll grab something, and then we have this filter. So there's basically no filter, and here we want to specifically specify for it to the timestamp, and you want to go here where it says date time to is after or equal to, and here is where you want to set it to the start of yesterday. All right, so I quickly went ahead and copied it to my notepad. So copy this one right here. So is after or equal to, copy that right in there, and you'll check starting from yesterday. I'll check for you, and then you want to add another condition and leave that as and. Grab the very same one, copy that, and here you want to go back to the date and the time, and is before. That's what you want to pick and change that to an expression. Copy and paste this, and this one basically means the start of today, so it'll only get yesterday's information. So let's go ahead now, only get that. Now you want to type in if, and here we're basically going to check if there are any feedbacks at all from yesterday. So for this right here, I'm going to copy that, I'm going to paste that right there, and here you want to say the number is greater than, and it should be 0, and this one will handle empty days. So handle days, handle empty days right there, and if it's true, I'll go ahead and continue, but if it's false, we're just gonna leave it right there. So now you want to aggregate it. Basically you want to put it all into one list. So here where it says aggregate, you want to go that all items data right there, and change that whatever you want the list to be named. That is going to be outputted. So responses for me, all fields, leave that right there. And now we're combining everything to one list, and here is where we're going to feed it into the message model. So OpenAI message model, and this one is the AI responsible for summarizing everything and giving us the key points. Pick the model. What I would usually go with is GPT-4o mini, as that one is the cheapest, but it's also extremely reliable. So expression right here, I already have a prompt for myself, so I'll go ahead, I'll copy this, copy that, and then paste it right there. So right after we have all of that info, now here's where we're going to type in Gmail, and this is the email that we're going to send. Click send a message, go ahead where it says to add your own email because you'll be receiving it. Add whatever subject you want to write. So feedback of yesterday, I'm just gonna call it that, feedback of yesterday, and then email type, leave that HTML, change that to an expression, open it, and this is the email that I'll be sending to them. This is going to be that heading right there. That's going to be the date, so when we got that feedback, and then the context, so the summarized output that the AI gave us. Then you want to go ahead, add options, append in attribution, toggle that off, then send a name, put your own name. If you don't do that, it just replaces it with your Gmail. That's basically all you have to do. Now for me to actually test that it goes ahead and it works, schedule the trigger right there, grabs the feedbacks, filters it to yesterday's. All right, so I'm just gonna go ahead and toggle that to convert convert top error required, then execute the workflow once again. Now, as you can see, I went ahead and made it one list. Now it's summarizing everything. Now I went ahead and it sent us the email. All right, so then as you can see right here, here is the feedback. There's the data as well, and there's the heading like that, and then it gives us the summary right here. So as you can see right here, it obviously went ahead and hallucinated some stuff, but you can go ahead back to the workflow obviously, and here where it says prompt, as you can see, the reason why it hallucinated everything is because the feedback was incorrect. So you want to go ahead, drag the responses right there, to drag them in, and now we have the responses. So you can now go ahead and rerun that, and we'll see that will send you the correct information. That's how you do this. This is how you make an automation that goes ahead and it gives you a summary of the feedback every single morning. Don't forget to go ahead and publish it, and then this form, if you want to share it to your customers, of course you're gonna go in there, and the production link, basically that means public, so you're gonna copy that and you're gonna send it to your customers, and that's how they will have access to that form right there. And that brings us to the end of this video. Basically, I hope you found that useful, and hopefully now it saves you a lot much time and stress.